Hello, folks. This is Eagle with the Renewable Wisdom Trails Library and Cosmology. And we're continuing our journey today talking about limiting imprints. And in this particular one, it's about beliefs. So we're going to start out with different qualities that seem to make up an imprint before it locks into a person's body or to any body for that matter. And so if you take a piece of paper, like we gave instructions on the last video, and you look at it like you're looking at a map, north would be on top, and south on the bottom, east on the right, west on the left. So let's just go around the wheel and kind of get used to thinking in that way, circular. So in the east, you have superstition. That's a quality. So write that out. And in the southeast, you have entitlement. In the south, you have poverty or scarcity. In the southwest, you have secret. Yeah, in the west, you have dogma. And in the northwest, you have rationale. You're rationalizing things. North is ignorance. And the northeast is usually fear. Now, all these qualities, kind of are host a whole lot of sub-qualities to it. So let's keep it simple. We just need these 8 qualities. And so if I'm having a conversation with somebody on a real difficult subject, a lot of times the movement wants to restrict itself because it needs the friction to get the imprints to, kind of move to the surface, if you will. To open themselves up is another way we talk about it. And that friction is going to start to intensify in the conversation. A lot of times what happens is these characteristics start to bleed into the conversation, and as they do, there's a competition that starts to show up. The discussion goes to debate, where there's an argumentative quality to it. And then it often expands into wherever it's going to go, into a fight. Somebody leaves the room, shuts it down, gets pissed. All kinds of different things can happen. But the same thing can happen if I'm digging in my garden and a set of weeds or a root system don't want to come out. And I start putting my will over the top of it because I believe I'm entitled to that piece of soil. And the weed believes it's entitled to that piece of soil, you have a conflict. And everything wants to shut down and say no. And that's what we're talking about here. Now, in this library, we've taken on some serious discussions. And the topics we're taking on are very confrontational to our personal histories. And you really have to be willing to catch the moment if it gets out of hand, because it's going to shut something down, versus open it up and allow it to be healed. Anyway, so in the next segment, we're going to take a little bit deeper. But for now, I'd like you to get it listed on your circle, write it up in a nice, neat way so you can read it, and give yourself room so you can write little subnotes, for your own personal library. And as always, you never know, it might be something to it. We'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.